Let's go to Tennessee Vols. I have been singing Josh Heupel's praises for years now, okay? For years. And what does he do? He comes through with another big-time victory. And look, you get exactly what you want if you're Oklahoma. Play action fake. Everybody is in this box. You also have a defensive lineman down on the ground. You would have to think something is open, right? Well, Jackson Arnold is your quarterback, and he loves doing one thing more than anything else, which is throw the football to the other team, okay? Are his weapons the absolute best? No, right? But he has been downright freaking putrid. And if it wasn't for horrible run fits last week versus Tulane, look at this block right there by James Pearce. James, come on, man. Why'd you see this block right here by James Pearce? James, come on, man. This dude has a family. His family's watching from around the world on ABC. Come on. NICO was really good tonight. I'm not going to take anything away from him. But Heupel, and on top of this, the offensive line, and on top of this, the receivers were even better. Okay? Play action fake. Obviously, Tennessee, by far, the number one play action team in all the country. And look, if you're given this pocket and this play action fake, I know some things break down because Danny Stutzman's a beast. But, man, their receivers generated this all night. And NICO, as you'll see a little bit later on an even better throw, I mean, hit his guys in stride all night. So NICO was still great, but it was just an overall really solid effort all around by Tennessee. Okay, good stuff, breaking a lot of tackles here if you're Bry McCoy, a 5-star wearer, number 5. All right, so once again, this was another game where you really didn't need NICO to go out there and win it for you, and still he gives you a throw like this. And the biggest gap between these two teams tonight was the quarterback gap. NICO is just way better than Jackson Arnold. Obviously, he's in a better system than Jackson Arnold. Look at this protection. No Lance Hurd needed. And look at this strike of a ball. I mean, tell me if you've ever seen a better in-breaker ball than that. I mean, that is an absolute freaking rope. Obviously, not the hardest read for NICO, but if you hit Thornton right in stride, he's going to make explosive plays happen, and that looks like an Uno to me right there. That's big, big, big-time stuff right there from the Vols, okay? I mean, I really, really, really want you to appreciate this, okay? You know, the funny thing about this is it was still a light-ish box, and NICO still makes you pay, right? Look at this. Look at this, man. Once again, it was clear as day, but, I mean, y'all, you cannot throw football better than that. It is impossible. Impossible. And look at Thornton run, man. He is really boosting his NFL stock. I mean, this Tennessee wide receiver room is really freaking good. Like, I don't know where I'd rank him in the SEC, but they're up there. They got to be up there, okay? And also, give a lot of credit here on the route, right? If you're going to give me a free release, at least he did a good job selling vertical, right? You still think it's a go. You still think it's a go. You still think it's a go. Good little head fake right there. And that is just really, really, really good stuff. You see, the DB didn't have the absolute worst break on it, but since he didn't have to look, I mean, look, no stride was broken. None. Bang. I don't know if I've ever seen it that well done. Man, this was such a big play. And I understand the safety is only worth 2 points, but I would love to see winning percentages when you get a safety. I mean, it is such a momentum-changing play, and you have a huge, huge, huge protection mistake. And it's not protection, it's just run blocking, okay? He slants to the inside. This is just true in the run game. It's true in the pass game. You never want to give up unblocked A-gap anything, okay? And they leave the DT unblocked here, okay? No idea why you would do this deep in your own territory, but this Oklahoma's offensive line has been terrible. Now, one thing, and I also know a lot of Oklahoma fans watch my stuff, okay? Do you really think, too, Barnes, who has been horrendous, absolutely horrendous all season, is going to make a play to save the day here? No. He cannot break a tackle to save his life, and he should lose his single-digit jersey number privileges. I mean, and honestly, this was the difference, okay? Danny Stutzman, there's probably not another SEC linebacker I want in this situation than this guy, right? So he gets through here untouched, and this was just been Tennessee's night, right? This is called making a play. Breaks the tackle of Danny Stutzman. Dylan Sampson, okay? He said, Jalen Wright who? Give him the captain right here. This is what captains do. They grind until they can't grind anymore. Grind on me. And look, that's probably not the best song to sing there. He gets in. He's still not down. What a ridiculous play. Like the best Tennessee back to ever wear number 6 with Louisiana ties as well. Let's go. All right, this is what you want to do. You want to put a lot of guys up the middle right here? Well, they're just going to take a shot. He's just going to pick whichever one he wants. Play action fake. And NICO, once again, all day to throw. Protection was really good. Okay, everybody's in a phone booth here. And NICO, this is probably one he would like to have back. You hit Bry McCoy in stride here. It's a touchdown. And he led him just a little too far. Okay? OU's got to change some of these single-digit jersey numbers. I mean, you can't get burned that bad in a big game like that. Give him number 26 or something. So Oklahoma makes a QB switch, and it still doesn't change the blocking issues they had all game. Now, give Tennessee's defense a lot of credit, okay? But, I mean, it's just too much unblocked sexiness, right? I don't want big guys unblocked in the run game, okay? Do you really think two's going to break a tackle? No, stop it. It's bad offense. And once again, SEC is about the trenches, man. You can't get whipped this bad up the middle. Center completely repositioned. James Pearce is a freak. You leave him unblocked. I get it. It's zone read stuff. But, I mean, you can't play. You honestly cannot play defensive line better than this. And this is and I'm a big Norman Lott guy. I've always thought he was undervalued. This is just nasty. This is just gross play. Yeah, I mean, you can't play defensive line better. I wasn't even Norman Lott. I misidentified you. Who's that? Moxie, whatever? Dude's a beast, man. Big time play. 5-1. Oh, he's got 2 leg sleeves. So I know we're doing mostly offensive plays. This is just ridiculous stuff. True freshman quarterback, show a double A gap look. Oklahoma's offensive line has been very banged up this year. Okay? So you show an A gap look, he backs out, but you slant him, and then you're actually bringing the nickel. Okay? And he replaces the nickel pressure. 2 picks this up. Is a miscommunication. 77 should have come down on this. You never want unblocked A-gap pressure unless it should have been 2 picking this up. Norman Lott was really good once again. And then you have a sack, right? This is a true freshman just kind of running into the sack. He really had nowhere to go, and it becomes a huge loss. So it's kind of a weird defensive game for Oklahoma, right? Tennessee wasn't on full throttle because, well, it was kind of the pace of the game, right? Defensively, it really didn't matter. So you see Oklahoma's in a 5-man box. You rotate your running back out here. And this is honestly one of the better plays if you're a Tennessee fan. Look at how far out this in-box backer has to come over here. And it still not matter. It still doesn't matter because this in-breaker is running behind him. It honestly still doesn't matter, right? Because even though this guy's all the way out here, you start off looking left, and then to the right, you could just lose him. Right? They're already behind you, and you think you're in the window, but you're really not. And Squirrel White ends up dropping this. Okay, that hits him right in stride. And notice he doesn't do what Thompson and McCoy does. He jumps. If he doesn't jump, he's catching this, and the game is over. He's catching this in stride, and he's beating a really good DB in Bowman. There's no reason for him to dive right there. All right, 3rd down. You're trying to ice this game, okay? And well, this is really freaking good stuff right here by NICO. He sees the pull read is there, right? And is really crashing in. And that's just excellent stuff. NICO was very good in this game on these 3rd and mediums, right? He hit a bunch of outs to move the sticks. There's a really good one to zero the tight end. The one thing about this, though, is you can't lose your feet this soon, okay? You have it. You have the 1st down. In this situation, staying in bounds really doesn't matter, right? The clock's still going to move after the 1st down stoppage anyway. So he falls down early, gets a good spot, but keep your feet next to him. All right, so he actually didn't get the 1st down. I did not like this decision right here by Heupel. I understood the logic behind it, right? But I would have just gone for it and just ended the game here, okay? But you kicked the field goal, and you decide to play safe. This right here should have been a penalty. Like, that Brian Kelly got it confirmed in the SEC. This happened in the SEC last week. It is illegal to leap, all right? Leaping, you can't really land on somebody. You see, he's landed on the deep snapper. That should have been a flag right there, and it kept Oklahoma basically in this game. All right, so Oklahoma takes advantage of it, right? They get the football back, and, man, this actually ends up being really good design, okay? Go route here, over route here, and guess what? They actually have a few things open here, all right? If you wanted 10 on the wheel, he's got 35 beat. Remember, 35 was the one that had the pick six, okay? But you want to throw this in breaker right here. You just do, okay? And that's where he puts it. Man, that's really good ball location. I like Hawkins, right? I guess you kind of have to roll with him over Jackson Arnold at this point. All right, so Hawkins shows some true freshman grit. I really don't like the design of this. I don't mind mesh, but you can see that the Tennessee's DBs right here, along with the backer, they're trying to pass this off. So he's trying to tell the linebacker, pick this guy up. I'll pick up 10 in the flat, right, because he's never getting out here on the flat. So there's a miscommunication here, and guess what? If you just run a stop, right, trust that these two are going to miscommunicate it, you're right here. Okay, but instead you're trying to run mesh rail, all right? Rail here, and then, well, there's just too much pressure, right? Pearce and the Tennessee defensive line is just creating way too much pressure, and Hawkins goes YOLO mode, right? This is ridiculous. There's nothing better than a QB going airborne at the goal line. So thanks to our friends at nooffseason.com. We are giving away a Peyton Manning card. Let's do it, Vol Nation. All you got to do, give me a follow at Card of the Power and at No Offseason Pod. And it goes to show you a few things, right? Do you really want a defensive coach in this modern day, right? Brent Venables had a good defensive game plan, but Tennessee's offense still was too much. And, well, you lose Jeff Lebby, and this Oklahoma offense is sputtering, right? Tennessee 23-6 since 2022. And look, Heupel went into his old house and took care of business, right? Really pounded you, right? The score line is kind of disingenuous in many ways. I don't know if that's the right word right there. But Tennessee, I want you to tell me, how many teams in the SEC are better? Give me your number and give me those teams, because I am not sure if there is one better. Like, I think I would take Georgia right now in a neutral field, but, man, the Vols are looking pretty daggone good right now. It is Power Hour SEC. Boom. And Oklahoma fans, let me know what you guys think as well. Is there anything to salvage this season? Probably the least inspired 3-1 team in the country. Tonight, we're doing Detroit-style pizza. Let's go.